So task 10B. The Tower Motor Company is designing a database to store information on each employee, their job, and the branch. So here clearly you can see employee, job, branch. So you can get a hint that there are supposed to be 3 tables in which they work. For each employee, so that's the first one. So they're going to give you right now the details and the fields and everything. So for each employee, the database needs to hold information on their name. So first name, last name. That's the first name. And then you're going to have payroll. So that's the unique number. They already gave it to you. Unique number. And see over here, you have really good things. You got extra information. For the unique number, it's going to be 2 letters followed by 4 digits. So overall, it's going to be 6. Okay, so the first letter is always T or M. So it's going to be in this way. Let me write it down for you. So it's going to be starting with M, and the first 2 letters, there are going to be letters, right? So it could be followed with any other letter. So I will just represent it with L, and then the rest is going to be 4 digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 digits could be any number. This L could be any letter, but this first, it could be either M or T. That's it. So it could be in either this format. So this is around 6, the field size. So you got an idea for the payroll. That is going to be 6 of the field size, and this is going to be its format. And then you're having a branch in which they work. So you're going to put branch also in there, and then you're going to have the job code as well. That seems these 2 are going to come from other tables. And then you're going to have another table which is called job code, job description, and then you're going to have the rate of pay like in the previous tasks. So for each branch, okay, here's the third table. Branch number, it seems that's a unique number. Branch name, address, weighing, which is used to calculate the salaries will be stored, which is they mean about the weighing. The job code, there is an extra information here. The job code and the branch number. The branch number, which is in branch table, job code, which is in job table. These 2 are supposed to be only one single letter, not a number, only a letter. Okay. About the weighing, which is in the branch, the weighing ensures that employees living in larger cities where housing costs are higher receive more pay than workers in areas where housing costs are lower. So whoever lives in the city will get larger salary depending on the weighing, and whoever is living in like villages or small cities, they will get lower weighing. So speaking of still about weighing, this is a decimal value between only 0 and 2. So that's 0, 1, and 2. So 3 numbers options you have. So you need to limit this validation to be higher than 0 and less than 2. And it needs to be only 2 decimal places. So they give you an idea. It's going to be decimal or double data type. So right now we need to create the database. Let's go right now into our file and let's create the database. So I'm just going to go back here, right click, and add it directly to over here. I'm going to call it task 10B. Let's open it. Okay, just let me explain some few points, as this is a task, so you will find most of the answers over here. So according to what question explained to you, in case you're asked to do the ERD, you can see here the ERD is given to you. This is the conceptual one based on the question information. And where's the logical? This is the logical. Okay, and you can see here this is decimal, okay, or double in excess. The rest are alphanumeric, and this is going to be currency, the rate of the pay. And the physical one, it's going to include also the field size for each of them and whether it's a primary key or a foreign key. Okay, let's right now start to create it. This is just extra information. I'm just going to divide it into 2 parts, so later if we need something, okay, we'll just keep it like that instead of referring to the questions all the time. So in case if you have a draft and you want to create it like this, it's going to be better for you if you create it on a draft and then just go to database and depending on this start to create it. That's one good one. One thing is you can make arrows and put the validations in case you need to in your draft, okay, or on your draft. Okay, let's go right now to the database and let's enable the content and let's start to create the first table by clicking on the table. Right now you need to go to the design view. Okay, the first table is going to be named, let's start with the employees as it is the main table. So I have in employees the pay number, which is going to be unique, and it's supposed to be with 2 letters followed with 4 digits, and remember it's supposed to be T or M. Let's add this first one, which is pay number, or you can call it payroll number. We need shorter words, so pay number. Oops. And that's going to be alphanumeric because it contains both, so it's here in database as the name of short text. Okay, before we move to the next point and before we forget in the exam or next time, so instead of postponing it, let's do it right now. It needs to be a unique number, so it's added as a unique number. It needs to be 2 letters followed by 4 digits. So that's going to be, let's go right now to one point that is called input mask. In input mask, you have a couple of rules that you need to memorize it. Basically not a lot of things to memorize. So let me show you over here. In input mask, whenever you're going to put here in the input mask, there are some rules defining what you can put. So what I want right now, I want to put that the first 2 letters, you have to restrict or validate the users to put only 2 letters and followed with 4 digits. So you need, if you need to put 2 letters, then go and put LL. That will restrict you to put only letters, okay? And then if you want the rest to be digits, then go and put 0, 0. Okay, before I explain the rest, let's try it, how it's going to work. So I'm going to put, before I put, I will show you how it's going to work. So over here, can you see? I can put just openly whatever I want. It's allowing me, okay? Let me delete it and let's go right now and input the mask. So it's going to be LL, that means the first 2 letters are only going to be letters, 4 digits. Okay, let's go right now, save it, and let's check right now. I'm going to apply KJLM, whatever you want to put. Okay, so it's not allowing me to move to the next row. It's telling me that the input mask is in this format. You need to put the appropriate format. So I'm trying to put right now letters. It's not allowing me because there is a mask, so I need to put, can you see? It's allowing me to put right now numbers. The opposite also, if I'm trying to put deleted, trying to put numbers, not allowing. So let's put, okay, so that's the mask. I need to delete it because I have still things to apply, so let's go back. So that's the first one. Get back again to the book right now and check over here. Why did I put L? Because L allows me only to put a letter. 0 allows me only or must to put only a number. L must enter a letter. Why not 9, teacher? You might ask me. Okay, because 9 is just going to be optionally. It's not a must. So it will allow you maybe to put also a letter, or maybe it's okay. So hashtag is going to allow you to put a number. Even space is allowed, and plus and minus as well are allowed in hashtag if you put it. So numbers will be allowed to be entered, spaces and minus or positive or minus. L, as we used it, it's for a letter. If I put question mark, may enter a letter or maybe not, or maybe you can put something else. A, capital, it's going to be a letter or a number. That's it, no symbols. Small a, it can also letters and numbers, but could be a smaller letter. And then and or ampersand, that's going to be a letter, number or space. And capital C, that's, oh, this is a must, either of this, but this is only and optional between those three. You just try to remember L and 0. Okay, if you can remember the others, also some of them can be helpful for you, but basically these two are the most important. So let's go right now and move to the next point. They told you also in the question paper it needs to start with T or M, so that's cannot be added here in input mask. We need to do it in the validation rule. Go down over here, validation rule. Validation rule, we need to write it in this way. We need to write the letter itself, so T, okay, and then it needs to follow with question marks. Question marks will be the number of overall letters. So T is that what matters first, the rest will be, so T1, then 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that correct? Or let me do it again, because 4 numbers and 2 letters, so overall 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so overall is 6. Okay, let's go and try it right now. So I'm going to try to put, okay, you can see when I'm trying to go to the next line, it's not allowing me. It's telling me the validation rule is that it needs to be starting with T. So let's try to do it into T. See, it's working. Okay, right now we need it to be T or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it's in the correct format. Let's try it here. It's working. Okay, so it's working. So you now know how to use the input mask and the validation rule. One more thing is also about the validation text. Let's say this letter that I can get it as a it's this letter or this text that you want to change it, so it's possible to do it here. Okay, let me remove it. It's possible over here in the validation text, so you can put only pin, or you can say pin number. Can you see? Okay, for the next point, then we need to add, after the payroll, we need to add the name of the employee. Let me get back again to the draft that we supposed already did it here. So I have first name, last name, job code, and the branch. These two are going to be foreign key because they will be coming from other tables. So make sure they have the same name and same data type from the other tables. Don't mess up with those points. Okay, so I'm just going to make it next to each other like this. It will be easier to see and make it. Next one is going to be the name. So first name, that's going to be not mentioned, but it's going to be for definitely short text or alphanumeric. And then it's going to be the next one, last name or family name. Job code. Okay, about job code, they mentioned that it's going to be only a single letter. Okay, whenever it is a single letter, you need to put it means only one. Field size will be 1. We will come to the field size on all those points. And branch code. Okay, so let's go right now and set up the sizes, the field size. The first one is a P number. It's totally of 6 characters. So I'm going to put 6. Next one, the first name can be up to 30, 40, 50. So it's up to you. You want to put 50 or 30 or whatever. You set it up here. You need to put it exactly over here. Job code, as it is mentioned, job code and branch numbers. These two seem going to be applied as well here. Okay, so this is going to be 1, and this is also going to be only 1. Okay, that's my first table. Let's save it. Okay, let's close it and let's go and create the next table. Let's start with jobs. I'm just going to call it job because it's a single relationship over here. Okay, let's start with job code, and that's going to be also short text, and then we have description, or job description. That's going to be also short text, and rate of pay. That's going to be currency. Okay, related with the currency, let me check, is there any other points? They didn't mention this 2 decimal or anything. Nothing is mentioned. Okay, so it's just going to be default currency, probably. I think it's going to be dollar over here. So job code, description. Okay, what I need to put is 1, because if we put it here, the job code will be 1, and description can be 24 or whatever you prefer to set it up to 30 or anything. And then rate of pay is just currency. You cannot set the field size. Okay, save it. Let's go and create the last table, which is going to be the branch. So that's going to be the branch code. I'm going to put the full name, branch code, and as we mentioned that the branch code is only 1 single letter, so that means it is text. Next one will be the branch name. Short text, that's going to be up to 20. We have address 1, that's also short text. Address 1, we can set it up to 30 or 50 maybe, or up to you. And that's going to be decimal, and we usually have here so let's choose number, and from number we need to set it up as decimal or double. Okay, so that's going to be, let's look over here. So for the weighing, they said it needs to be the value between 0 and 2, and it needs to be 2 decimal places. So I'm just going to go to decimal places, set it as 2. And I'm going to go to the validation rule over here, right? In the validation rule, yep, and I need to set it to be more than 0 and less than 2. So let's check it. Let me put also a message here. Okay, so branch code, they said only 1, branch name, address, Okay, so that means between 0, 1 and 2 is allowed. Let me try another number. It's not allowed. Okay, all right. Okay, that should be only 1, so you can see. Okay, so we're done with our own tables. This is not a correct record. I was just testing, so let me delete it. So we're done with our old database for this task. Let's go right now. Do we need to create that relationship right now? Probably yes, we need to create the relationship. Let me just yes, we need to create the relationship. Okay, and then let me come to this point to explain it. So for creating the relationship, we need to go to the database tools, click on relationships, add all of the tables over here. Just double click. If you cannot see this side, just add it from this side. So employees is my main table. So job code to the job code, and enforce the referential integrity. What is the referential integrity? Is whenever you delete one record from, for example, I deleted one record from the job, whatever is connected to employees is going to be deleted. For example, I have a job in job here. Whoever employees are having that job, it will get deleted as well in employees. If I didn't enforce it, it's not going to be deleted from the employees as well. So it needs to be referential integrity between all the tables. Branch code till the branch code, activate the referential integrity. Actually, this is what it is going to activate it for sure, that if you update something, it will be updated on all the tables, and if you delete something, it will be deleted in all of them. For me, currently, I will just make it basic referential integrity. Right click at the top here and save it, and we got our database ready. Okay, so I'm going to just save it. For the later tasks, I'm going to change the name, copy, paste it, and change the name to carry on. Let me get back again to the validation test. Validation test is the same like we did it in the spreadsheet in chapter 8. They will ask you to validate or test one of the points. For example, here for the weighing, we said for the weighing it should be more than 0 and less than 2, right? So here they're going to test it for you. Sorry, here they're just testing for the pay number. So pay number is supposed to be 6 overall, the size. Beginning 2 digits supposed to be, beginning 2 letters supposed to be, 2 characters supposed to be letters, and the rest of the 4 supposed to be numbers or digits. So T, starting with T or M, so that's accepted, normal. Starting with T and 6 overall, letters also here, numbers, normal. M, correct, letter correct, numbers correct, all the others are numbers, accepted, correct. Correct, wrong, because it's starting with L, not M or T. Wrong, not accepted. Abnormal, 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 totally abnormal, because starting even with a number. If you want, you're given to test something else, for example, weighing, as I was mentioning, it needs to be more than 0 and less than 2. For example, 0.0, that's more than 0 and less than 2, so that's normal, accepted. 1 itself is accepted because it's between this range. This as well is accepted because it's as well in the range. One thing is, let me get back again to over here. That was, yes, in the branch. Yes, that was double. So you can see it is a decimal value or double value. That means zeros or points are going to be allowed. Okay, you need to remember this point. 0 is abnormal because it is the extreme value or it's totally out of the range. 2 as well abnormal. This is definitely abnormal. Nope, abnormal, and definitely abnormal. Okay, if you also asked to test the input masks like we did it for this value. That's also quite similar to what we did in the up point over here, but this is going to be about the validations. The tables names will be, columns names will be a little bit just different, but the results, the mechanism, everything is the same. So that's all for this task, and let's move to the next activity in the next video.